X-Files Season 6, Episode 3, Triangle. Here's the one Kaylee was looking forward to.
Yeah.
She keeps referring to it as the
Queen Anne episode. It is.
It's called Triangle.
I know, but they also are on the Queen Anne, right?
Oh.
So it's the Queen Anne episode.
All
It's
right.
Triangle. It's the Bermuda Triangle episode.
So Mulder ends up in 1939, time travel
Yeah.
episode, and okay. So the show deals with a lot of supernatural, silly events, this
Yeah.
and that. He goes back in time because he's in the Bermuda Triangle.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine, but why do people look
Yeah.
like
This
people he knows?
this felt like more of like a reincarnation episode because that's what I was getting from it. But I also kind of think it might be like an alternate reality.
But we already
episode.
dealt with reincarnation in this, and when we see pictures of them, they don't look like themselves in the past. It's just a different body.
I know. But I mean, maybe he could still see that that's who it is. You know what I mean? It's either that it's a reincarnation episode or it's in like an alternate reality, alternate universe version of them in the 1930s.
Okay.
But I really like the episode. I like that it's like everybody is there, but they're all playing slightly different roles, but the same. And I think that's really fun. I really like Scully in this and like her little like kind of accent that she's trying to do. And she's a little bit more of like a Spitfire in this. So that's fun. Like the smoking man is there. He's a Nazi,
Of course.
and Skinner's a Nazi too, but he's like a
Defecting.
he's a double agent
Yeah.
or whatever, so he's like a British spy that ends up helping them out at one point, and Spender's there. It's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have an explanation. I think, we're going to just have to go with what you said. It's fine by me.
Yeah.
I feel like every show I've ever watched that, whether it's Northern Exposure or Scrubs or Star Trek or whatever, they always have one of these episodes where everyone, Buffy, it doesn't matter.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
always, every show, once it goes past a certain season,
They just have to
they always
do
have to
it.
do some kind of a flashback episode that takes place in the town in the 30s or something,
Yeah.
or they go back in time or whatever. And I think it's like the actors ask for episodes like this so that they can play a different character
Yeah.
and they like enjoy doing it. But yeah, anyway, I find it funny that I feel like pretty much every
Big show.
big
has
show
something like
does this at some point,
Mm-hmm.
unless it's like a super serious show.
Yes. Yeah. I
Then they're
agree.
not going to do that,
Yeah.
right? Like Game of Thrones isn't going to do this,
No.
but other shows will. So
Yeah.
Anyway, that's that. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we talked about all that stuff.
This has a really great opening as well with Scully that is shot like a...
Yeah.
Some of it's a one take. The whole thing isn't. Actually, it might be. I think it is all one take.
I think
the
it said in the trivia that it was done all in one take.
It's great. I really liked it. It's
Yeah.
a super cool, like, one takes are always very impressive and so immersive, and it's really fun that we get to, like, she gets a call from the lone gunman being like, or no, do they show up there? Oh yeah, they show up.
Yeah.
They show up, sorry.
She's like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, and they're like, we need your help. Like, Mulder's stuck in the Bermuda Triangle or whatever. And then she's, like, running around trying to get this information for them. And it's really fun.
Yeah, and shockingly, unless you count a deleted scene, we get a kiss between Scully and Skinner before we get one between Scully and Mulder.
Yeah.
Which is really annoying, but adorable.
It's super adorable because she goes to him and is like, I need your help. Like, you don't even have to do anything. I just need information or whatever. And he's like, I can't be caught with you. Like, I can't do it. So she storms off, and then she ends up running into him again after she goes to Kirsch. She goes to Kirsch and, like, busts in his office, and the smoking man is in there. And so she, like, runs away. But when she runs into Skinner, like in the elevator, or like right when in the elevator. Anyway,
She kisses him.
she kisses him, but he's like, here, like take it, like take the information or whatever, and then they kiss, and then right when they get out, Kirsch and the Smoking Man and Spender are all there.
I mean,
and
it's definitely,
he's like pretends to be yelling at her, and it's like, don't you ever ask me for that.
it's definitely not romantic.
No, it's not, but it's really cute because
It's just very like it's a celebration.
yeah, she's just like, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she goes down to she goes down to Spender in the X-Files office and is like, she's like very like threatening and aggressive, and we all loved that. She's like, don't you do anything, like I need your help right now. And then he goes immediately to Kirsch.
What do you think Skinner made of the kiss? You think he's been playing it in his mind? Like,
No, I mean maybe, but he probably was just like.
we did play, not play, but we watched some of the video game from the PlayStation that takes place during season 3, I want to say. We did watch some of it. We were going to watch all of it and review it, but we never did get to the whole thing because it's like 4 hours long. But in that, there's a question in there to Skinner, and it's like, are Mulder and Scully romantically involved? And he's like, I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
And I was just playing that in my head in this. He's like, I don't think they're together. Maybe I got a shot.
Like, yeah, no, I don't think it's ultimately anything. I think, like you said,
He's back with his wife at this point, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think they get back together. And if not, I don't know. But
I like to think they're back together.
I like to as well. But it's just very fun. It's a really, really cool opening. And with Mulder, like, on the ship, that's also really fun because he's like, you know, he like gets captured out of the water and they're like grilling him, all these like German soldiers, or no, not German, they're like are they British or Irish or something?
I think they're British. Yeah.
And they're just kind of, and he's like, guys, like the war is over, like it's done, like you don't gotta worry. And they're just like, dude, no.
Well, you know, Gillian Anderson was raised in England.
Yeah.
And she has both an American and a British accent, which you can see on full display in the show Sex Education, which I recently watched all 4 seasons of. So she is attempting a different kind of British accent. This is more like a theatrical.
I don't even think it's a British accent.
What do you think it is?
I think she's doing like a transatlantic, like American accent.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, she's like.
She's got moxie, kid.
Yeah,
moxie.
yeah. She's trying to sound like she's from the 1930s in America.
Okay, so
that's
she's
what I think
American.
it is. Yeah, yeah. She's still American.
It's very odd.
It's weird. It sounds weird, but it is an accent. Yeah, she's not. I don't think she's playing British in this.
She's Rita the Riveter.
Kinda, yeah.
We can do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's a Monica Lewinsky joke in here, which is very of the times. Mulder says something about like there's trouble at the White House, but it'll blow over. Which that's a very subtle, like not super subtle. I guess now it would be a very subtle joke, but if you were watching this right when it happened, because that's so topical of the time, I think you'd be like, whoa, that was a racy joke. But now you'd be like, you wouldn't even think anything of it. You would be like, what's happening in the White House? I don't even know. But because I know what time period this is in, and because I was a kid when that happened, and I remember it very well, and how much everyone talked about it. God, can we return to those days of politics when that was the biggest scandal? When we don't have a fucking scandal every other day that's like 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times bigger than that. Like, the president got a blowjob. Oh my God, that's the craziest thing that's ever happened in the history of politics. Not anymore.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I pray for the days again where we don't have the chaos of politics that we do right now. It's so annoying. The costumes that are used in this are the ones that, a lot of them are the ones that are reused from Titanic.
Oh, cool. That makes sense.
And some of this is filmed on the Queen Mary.
Yeah.
As one would expect. And somebody says something and it ends up being in German, and it translates to "the truth is out there somewhere." So that was an interesting little note there. And Mulder kisses fake Scully. So we do kind of get a Mulder Scully kiss here. She punches him in the face for it.
Yeah, because he's like...
It's weird that he would have the balls to kiss her, but not real Scully.
Well, before
although he
that,
did try to kiss Scully. Just
they did try to kiss, but then she got stung by the bee in the movie and passed out. Before all that, like, what's really fun is that Scully and the lone gunman do show up to this boat that Mulder is on, and it's a ghost ship. There's nobody there. And there's all these scenes of them, like, in different time periods, like, running past each other. And there's a really cool scene where both Scullys, like, pass the same corner. And they, like, feel each other as they pass. Like, they pause and, like, look back. That's really cool. But, Mulder, like, he tries to convince this Scully that she needs to convince the captain to, like, turn back and, like, not go to this specific area because it's gonna, like, change the world or whatever. And then he's like, well, in case I never meet you, like, because he says I'll never be born if you don't do this, in case I never meet you. And then he, like, kisses her. I don't know, I feel like he's just kind of, like, in his head, like, maybe, like, not that this isn't real, but, like, he's got nothing to lose in this sense because he might not exist. So it is kind of like, which definitely is, like, that's what he wants to do. He wants to kiss Scully. And if he had, like, you know, a gun being like, you're gonna die right now, that's what he would do. Not in, like, he needs the threat, but
I mean, it definitely makes me think that, like, if everything was on the line and it was like now or never, that's what would eventually, like, would push him finally over the edge to just do it.
Yeah.
I think this is his ultimate desire, but he's just so focused on his work, and if he doesn't realize that she's into him, I feel like there's no way he doesn't know.
I do too. I think they're both just kind of in denial because they're trying to be professionals and not, like, ruin their working relationship, because ultimately that's their relationship first and foremost. And I don't think they would know how to, like, navigate a romantic relationship around that. And I mean, in the end, you know, like, they find Mulder, like, floating in the water, and then he wakes up in a hospital bed to Frohike and, you know, all of them, and Skinner comes in, and Scully's there, and he's like, you were there, and you were there, and they're all Wizard like, you're crazy. And then at the very end, he's like, Scully, like, I love you. And she, like he says I love you to her, which was a wild thing to hear, because he's being, like, genuine, but again, I feel like he says it also because he's like, this is my, like, they think I'm crazy right now, so, like, I can say it without, like, a consequence, like a serious consequence, because I don't even remember what she says in response, but I think she just says, like, something like, get some rest, basically.
I mean, I think it's the words she's longing to hear from him.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think it is kind of like, they're not going to take, she's not going to take it seriously, so I can say it.
Yeah.
But I do think it is wholehearted, like, true feeling.
I do too.
Like, romantic.
Yeah.
I'm in love with you.
Yeah.
And he kissed her in an alternate reality because he could.
Yeah.
Because that one doesn't have the consequence if she rejects him in this one.
Right. Where they can't work together.
There's so many indications, obvious ones, that Scully is into him, from all the jealousy to her almost kissing him as a different person. Now, at this point in the timeline, they were, like, this close to kissing in the hallway. So, yeah, there's no, like, there's no questioning this anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
So why... Now, we're going to get an episode here in the future, which we already watched, Arcadia, which is episode 15, where they have to play house. And we'll discuss that more there. But, yeah, once again, it's like... she doesn't want it like that.
Yeah,
she
she
doesn't
wants
want to
the
pretend.
real deal.
So we'll, as I said, we'll discuss it more there. I do think it's interesting though that when he says "I love you," he reaches for his bruised eye.
Yeah, because it's like proof that he got punched by her.
Yeah, I think it's just
Yeah.
him remembering, like,
I kissed her, and yeah, totally. It's cool.
God, just
It's a great episode. Really, really great episode.
I've never had a romance drawn out so much in a show.
They really are milking it for all that they can, and it's like,
It's ridiculous.
I don't know. On one hand, I sort of understand why they're trying to do that because it like makes it more sort of exciting, but at the same time, it's like it's been so long. So it's okay.
I didn't mean to flip a page. I'm sorry. I was just getting the next one. All right. All right. Anyway, that's that. Anything more?
No. that's
Okay.
all.
Triangle. Not the Queen Anne episode.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you in the comments. Bye.